Mogul Motivation, educating and empowering entrepreneurs 1 week at a time. Presented by True Stories Media. And I am your host, Antoine Twiz Taylor. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Mogul Motivation. Welcome back. I'm happy that you are here. This is episode 160. You know, whenever I was growing up, when I was in my teenage years, my young adult years, and older people would ask me how I'm doing, usually I would respond, I can't complain. And they would say, well, if you did, no one would listen anyway. That phrase stuck out to me, and that stuck with me for a long time. If you complain, no one's going to listen. That's why it's very important that we don't let our frustration and our complaining consume us, and when it's very easy to complain when you're a dream chaser and an entrepreneur. It's very easy to complain because we don't know how we're going to accomplish our goals. We don't know how we're going to get the capital we need to start our business, to grow our businesses. We don't know how these things are going to happen. Last week, we talked about mindset and environment. What is it that keeps people from accomplishing their dreams? Is it the mindset? Is it the environment? I believe it's a mixture of both. I believe that the environment directly affects your mindset in the beginning, and then your mindset obviously affects how you go about life. And it's up to you to really reverse that process, to conduct a brainwash and let that mogulism take over and change your mindset so that you can go forward and accomplish all of your dreams. But we really underestimate the power of the mind. We underestimate that the mind can be your best friend or it can be your worst enemy. An idle mind is the devil's workshop. That is a fact. But guess what? A faithful mind is your biggest bank account. Ladies and gentlemen, we have to understand that when we don't know how we're going to grow our businesses, when we don't know how we're going to fund our businesses, when we don't know what the next step is in our career towards chasing our dreams, we have to hold on to the one thing that got us this far in the first place, and that's faith. And I'm not trying to get deeply religious. It doesn't matter to me if you're a Christian, Muslim, or whatever your religion is. Nevertheless, whatever your faith is, you have to hold on to that. Because in the past, when you were up against the wall, it was your faith that made it happen for you. You don't know how it happened. You can't explain how it happened. But all the things that you have now, you prayed for at one point in the past, and you have them now. So that's why we cannot forget what our faith did for us in the past, and we have to understand that our faith will do it again in the future, ladies and gentlemen. Faith will finance our business. Faith will finance our dreams. Faith will do everything that we can't do. So when you have done everything in your power, everything physically, mentally, and emotionally that you can do, just let it go. Just take a breather, rest, and leave it up to your faith. Continue to pray on it. Continue to manifest that in your mind. Your mind is so powerful. If you continue to think bad things are going to happen. Have you ever thought about bad things in any type of particular situation? And guess what? That's exactly what happened. Like you was having a bad day. You was like, oh, this day can get worse if such and such happened. And then something like that actually does occur. Your mind literally manifests. It literally creates reality for you. We have to stop underestimating the power of our brains. Your mind will create whatever you tell it to create. So if you tell your mind, if you continue to feed gratefulness in your mind, continue to feed ambition into your mind, positivity, and you continue to stay faithful in your mind, then great things will happen regardless of what your situation is in your business, in your career, or in your entrepreneurial journey. Great things will happen for you, and you will be one step closer to your dreams. I promise you, and I know this because I'm using myself as an example. Throughout the 7 years that I've been an entrepreneur, this has happened to me. Whenever I truly thought bad things were going to happen, things continue to get worse. But whenever I had some type of positivity, some type of hope, some type of, faithfulness, great things happen. I've been up against the wall many times. I've been broke many times. I shared the screenshots of my bank accounts from years ago on my social media accounts when I was in the negative $100, negative $500. I have been up against the wall many times, and I didn't know how I was going to get out, and I still don't know how I got out. The only thing I know is it was my faith that did it. It was an invisible force that did this for me. Faith will finance it for you. Faith is your biggest investor. Faith is your biggest support system. At the end of the day, that's what we have, ladies and gentlemen. So don't lose your faith. Whatever you're going through today, in your business, in your career, You know, if you don't know how you're going to get more sales, if you don't know how you're going to get to that next level, just meditate, continue to stay faithful in your brain and stay positive, and it's going to happen. You're not going to know how it's going to happen. You're not going to see it happening. You're not going to be able to explain it even after it happens, but just believe that you will be successful. So let's continue to work. Let's continue to imagine reality, and never forget that an idle mind is the devil's workshop, but a faithful mind is your biggest bank account. Have a great day, ladies and gentlemen. I'll talk to you next week.